Hey study fam, it's Med Mindset Doctor here. A very warm welcome, and I hope you all are doing great and are staying consistent. If you have just begun or are planning to start, don't worry, you can still be in the game. Yes, you have heard it right. NMC has released its official notice regarding NEET PG 2025 examination date, stating that NEET PG 2025 examination is tentatively scheduled for 15th June 2025 with the internship cutoff date as 31st July 2025. While the date is labeled as tentative, let's just hope and consider it final for now, which means we have about 6 months or around 180 days to prepare for NEET PG. Now is the time to buckle up and give it our all. Guys, I'm not a ranker to suggest you have other videos for it, but I do know where I went wrong, so I guess I can help you with avoiding those mistakes and learning from them. Today we are discussing a critical topic, which is mistake I will avoid while preparing for NEET PG 2025 from a repeater's perspective. You might not be making these mistakes which I mentioned, so focus on identifying the ones which you might be doing and work on avoiding them. Have you ever thought of studying only to spend the first 30 minutes wondering what to study? That's the first mistake one needs to avoid at all cost. The biggest mistake you do is starting preparation without a well-structured plan. This is the one I will not repeat. Many aspirants like me start their preparation without a structured plan, assuming they can figure it out as they go. Trust me, this mistake can derail your entire preparation. This is one of the most common and detrimental mistakes because it leads to an illusion of having a lot of time in hand and hence ending up in a wasted time. It also ends in inefficient study and eventually leading to burnout and anxiety in the final days. Even after knowing that planning is essential, why do we lack in making a plan? Let's discuss the reasons. Number 1, overwhelmed by syllabus. NEET PG syllabus spans about 19 subjects, which can feel overwhelming. Aspirants often don't know where to start or how to prioritize their subjects. The second, procrastination. Many aspirants delay creating a plan because they believe there's enough time left, leading to last minute cramming, and also because they fear facing the fact that they have little time and lots to cover, and hence they end up procrastinating. The third, over reliance on coaching institutes. Okay, don't get me wrong here, these institutes are there to guide us and provide the knowledge and all the information, but they can't spoon feed us, right? Many of us forget that following a coaching schedule is not enough. Some of us fail to personalize our study plan based on our own unique strengths and weaknesses. We also need to do the extra work beyond the notes and classes. Are there any other reasons you avoid to make your plan? Does it help you? Comment down below if you've got any. Now that we have seen why would someone not make a plan, let us see the consequences. What happens when we don't have a plan with us? We end up with inefficient use of time. Without a plan, you waste time daily, deciding what to study, often choosing random topics instead of following a systematic approach. You end up with uneven coverage. You may focus too much on easy or interesting topics, neglecting tougher subjects, or subjects which carry more weightage like PSM, medicine, surgery, OBGY. And you also may neglect your weaker areas or subjects which are time consuming and that needs more attention. Obviously, it also leads to burnout and anxiety. Unplanned study leads to inconsistency and a feeling of being stuck, causing panic closer to the exam as you realize how much is still left to do. You end up in a lack of revision. As you all know, revision is crucial for retaining information, but without a plan, it's often left out until it's too late. And then, without structured preparation, your GT results will be inconsistent, demoralizing you further. And nobody would want to face these consequences, right? There were times when I took a really long time to complete one subject and I didn't even realize. That's what happens. It gives you a pseudo-productive feeling. And everything ahead got messed up. One might feel like you have plenty of time, but that illusion can lead only to realize later that you've missed covering essential topics or revisions, leaving you panicked and anxious in the final days, which is the worst place to be before an exam. So
Guys, how planning ahead will help you. See, planning is not just about time management, it's about reducing stress, staying on track, and after all, doing yourself a favor. It ensures you cover all subjects, revise multiple times, and still have time for GT or solving MCQs and rest, of course. When you have a clear plan, you know exactly where you're headed and you can focus on each day without overthinking about how much is left to study because you trust your schedule. At the end of each day, you can sleep peacefully knowing you are on track. So, therefore, reduced anxiety altogether. Second, see, better time management. It does happen. Having a clear timeline helps you see that every day and every hour matters. You improve your focus. Instead of worrying about how much you still have to cover, you can stay calm and productive and focus on the present and study what you are studying. How to avoid these mistakes if you don't want to end up in a bad situation? Okay, the first thing is start planning backwards from the exam date. Start by planning the last 15 days before the exam. Dedicate these days to quick revision of all the 19 subjects, focusing on PYQs and volatile topics and your weak areas. Once the final revision phase is set, allocate time for earlier revisions and then your first reading accordingly. This way, you'll know exactly how much time you have for each subject, your first read, and the subsequent revisions, and avoid wasting even a single day. Now, break down the syllabus. With about 180 days left, divide the syllabus into smaller, manageable portions. Categorize subjects based on weightage and difficulty. For example, high weighted subjects like surgery, OBGY, medicine, moderate ones like pharmac and patho, and low weighted subjects like derma and anesthesia. After this, give time to each subject accordingly and cover your first read systematically to build your concepts and your study material as well. Divide your time smartly. Allocate time for your first reading, revisions, GTs, buffer days or break days. Let me give you an example. Now, if someone is aiming to complete their first read by mid-March, it gives them ample time for revisions before the exam. So, set your aim according to your stage of preparation. Yes, include breaks and buffer days. Guys, life happens. You might lag behind at times. Keep extra days for unexpected delays, difficult topics to avoid getting all panicky. And then customize your plan. Your plan should depend on your speed of studying, strengths, weaknesses, which stage you are in. Don't compare yourself with others. Don't mindlessly copy others' plans. It won't work for you. Know where you stand and create a schedule that works for you and be realistic about your daily targets. Set smarter goals. Your goals should be specific, measurable, achievable, should have relevance, and be time bound. For example, covering 2 subjects in depth in these 15 days, along with completing 50 MCQs daily, studying for 8 to 10 hours daily with 1 hour of revision, focusing on frequently asked topics, and finishing first read by mid-March with 3 months for revision. This is how it should be. Create a weekly, daily, and monthly schedule and set aside days for GTs and reviewing them as well. Guys, prioritize your weak areas. How? By identifying subject or topics you struggle with and give them extra time in your schedule. Use GTs and PYQs to identify your weak areas. Plan your revisions early on. Dedicate last 2 to 3 months exclusively to revisions. Your revisions can include rapid revision, flashcards, high yield topics. Don't read any new resource or new notes during these times because by now your first read should have everything you need. Don't ignore revising. Like, never study a subject and move on without revising it soon after. Revising within a few days of completing a subject helps you retain information better and solidifies your understanding. Guys, track your progress. For that, use a planner or app to monitor daily and weekly targets. If you're lagging, instead of panicking, adjust your plan as needed without feeling guilty. Needless to say, solve MCQs. Solving 50 to 100 MCQs daily is non-negotiable. Make it a habit from your first read. It's the best way to apply what you've learned It will test your understanding and identify weak areas and improve your problem solving speed. You can create a notebook which you can use for quick revisions, which is known as a 20th notebook, while doing your second read itself. It should include high points, PYQs, your weak areas, things which are specifically volatile for you. There's also another option you could do is that mark your topics which you want to revise in your main notes itself using those sticky pages. See guys, whatever works for you, as long as you are revising all the necessary topics of all these 19 subjects in those 15 days, you are good to go. And it will become your go-to resource for last-minute revisions. Now coming to the mistakes to avoid while making a plan. See, setting unrealistic plans. Avoid doing that. Many aspirants love the idea of planning, and a common mistake many of us make is setting unrealistic goals, like completing a subject in a single day. You might get excited and make a perfect timetable or schedule or plan that looks amazing on paper but is nearly impossible to execute. The problem is, when you fail to follow such a plan, you feel discouraged, frustrated, and eventually quit putting in consistent efforts. The solution is be honest with yourself, create a plan you can realistically follow. If you push yourself, make sure it's to a level that's sustainable. Make a plan that matches your pace after pushing yourself a bit. Don't overpromise. The next is not working on your plans. See guys, all this makes no sense if you don't put efforts in following your plans or delivering what you had promised yourself. Remember, you still have two options. Either make a plan you can execute or promise yourself to follow whatever plan you have made. And in both, you will have to stick to putting efforts consistently. Planning alone isn't enough because execution is the key. It's like failing to plan is planning to fail. So take charge of your preparation and success will be yours.
So study fam, do yourself a favor. Sit down and create a plan that works for you today and stick to it. Don't waste too much time on it, just do it fast. Preparation is a long journey and having a clear roadmap ensures that we stay right on track. There will be times when you might feel unmotivated, stuck, you won't feel like studying at all, and that is the time when you will need this plan, and this plan will give you hope and will help you.
Not only will we make a steady progress, but we will also be able to sleep with a calm mind.
Avoid these mistakes and you're already a better version of yourself. Let's make these 6 months count and you've got this. Remember, consistent efforts lead to great results. Stay disciplined, focused, and keep pushing forward. Just imagine, what if you give your best and follow this entire schedule? You might get your dream ranch. Guys, share your experiences, suggestions, or any doubts which you have in the comment section so that we can all help each other. And don't forget to study with me live, and for that, subscribe to my channel and ring the bell. Until next time, keep fighting study fam. That's it from Med Mindset Doctor. See you live.